screens. And yeah, we got a little bit of everything going on today. Whew, man. I got to do an outside tutorial on setting up the inflatable screen. My lamp should be here today. It's on its way, hopefully, because I do need my lamp. So I can basically install that into my Chrissy LW505. So we can get that done. I had to finish the rest of my orders for Saturday because we basically our ship out day is going to be Saturday. Sorry about delaying some screen paint for some people. As I said before, at the end of the day, it comes down to the carriers. And if the carriers don't want to pick up, then they don't want to pick up. So I have to unfortunately change your date to like Thursday's going to be a processing day and Saturday's going to be a ship out date because I'm at the mercy of the post office. So until then, right now, like I said, I'm having the driver take care of it for us. So we got a little bit of everything going on. We got the Christian screen paint cinema right there. That's the new one right there, already done. We're going to be painting that also too, all in the same video. And I got Far Cry, which I want to do some demonstrations off of that on the gamer screen and the new screen paint we have now. So today, we're going to be removing off this site because they're going to be used for something else. Nothing's deleted and gone forever. It's pretty much going someplace for another project. But we don't need to have the slate anymore, the slate for the Phoenix, and we do not need the gamer paint anymore for the Phoenix because the dark ambient light rejection technology we have, that Gamer Cinema, my goodness. The Gamer Cinema does both of those products at the same time. We're going to keep the Black Phoenix, and then we're going to have an upgrade version of the Black Phoenix, which we're working on, which is that really dark screen. We showed up in a couple of demonstrations. That's going to be a more professional version of that one. And we're going to have a gallon of the Invisible, which I have a video loaded up. I already just did previously, but I didn't get a chance to load it up on that one right there. Also, too, let me see. So today, just out of curiosity, today, I had the Invisible Phoenix outside. Usually the Invisible Phoenix is only for companies. Pretty much only way you can obtain that. You have to go into ask to request an invoice from our company, and we send you one through PayPal to obtain that. But we're going to actually add a gallon to the website because we only sell it in a gallon anyway. The gallon's around $3.29. It's an Invisible technology, front and rear, and like I said, there's other abilities also too. But anyway, let me show you. So anyway, outside, and like I said, we only advise you do this with a projector of 5,000 lumens. But like I said, this was just something where I just had the screen laying up against the Cinema Gamer, and that's what's outside. That's a Cinema Gamer right there. So we had the Cinema Gamer lamp there. We put the Invisible screen against it, and notice that the Cinema Gamer was picking up at 5,000 lumens at around 12 o'clock, which is really, really odd for a screen to be at around that time. Usually Invisible technology we develop actually has that capability. But this one basically can pick up an image at 12 o'clock or about 1 o'clock right now in the afternoon. This is a screen paint, which I didn't even know it had that capability because we don't test them around that time. We usually test them around, like I said, 7 o'clock because that's usually when they activate. It's usually when the screen paint activates. This one, on the other hand, activates a little bit faster. So didn't notice that until we came outside, set the projector up, Invisible demonstration, and noticed that it was hitting part of the screen and the screen was picking it up, and I was like, whoa, that's interesting. Now, like I said, the picture quality is it's not perfect, but like I said, activation time for this technology is at 7 o'clock, and that's what we have on the website. That's what it's tested under. But interesting to see that it can still pull an image at around this time. Camera's going to have an issue out here picking up. There we go. But that is interesting that it was able to pick it up with no problem, which now I'm going to have to do. That's what we had the other screen testing. I'm going to have to do some demonstrations of probably an earlier date, earlier time on that screen. So we're probably going to have to do a time around 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock to see if it'll pick up. Because if it's picking up right now, it should be easily be able to pick up around probably 5 or 6 o'clock, which we'll test that out today also. which means we got to go back in and we have to change that now to not to 7, to probably to 5 or 6. All right, so we get the rest of these orders upstairs. You're going to be a busy day. Nothing's going to, the Black Phoenix, that is one of our top sellers. We're not going to be changing it out. We have 2 versions of it. We're just going to have a darker version, that's all. But we're not going to get rid of that, no way. I got Black Phoenix all over the house. All right, so these are done. And these are finished here. They're all done. Wait, this is order. We don't have to do that stuff. These orders are. I gotta get the rest of them out. And let me see. That's cooling down up there. I am going to get ready to paint the screen over here. I'm going to get ready to get the screen painted. Just got to get that set up and get the back of the bar padded for that demonstration. Although I'm trying to keep Mr. Nosy out of the way. So that is just going to be that one. That's the final version of the Advanced Ambient Light Rejection Christian Cinema. I'm really excited about that because I got a partnership with somebody in the church, which this is going to be a beautiful thing. And I can't wait to get that done. Man, orders are stacking up. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. So we're just trying to get everybody. This is all done. The rest of these wrapped up. This is pretty much what I do in my day. 3 or 4 things at the same time. And testing new screen paint, either doing repairs or processing orders. That don't feel right. Here we go. That's better. Oh, that's my Ginsu money. Nothing over here when I need it. All right. All right, somewhere. Let me see. Also, too, I noticed that I told you that I can go in and I can check who's subscribing to my channel. we lost a great deal of trolls. And I guess after that video demonstration, you didn't know I was making paint that far back. A lot of people didn't realize. A lot of them trolls that came to my channel thought that I only made black screen paint. No, 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 no. I was making your product a long time ago, before you even knew that even exists. I was making your product. Yeah, we lost a lot of them. Yeah, that denial, boy, it hurts, doesn't it? Yep, I was making your product a long time ago. I know everything about your product. I can make your product without even paying for it. How about that? Yep, can make your product easily without even paying for it. That's why we got my nicks downstairs. That stuff is old product, man. Y'all got brand new, expensive projectors, nice projectors, and you got 9-year-old screen paint sitting on your wall. Can't pick up contrast, can't pick up color, can't use it in a fully lit environment, got to calibrate your projector. That's the equivalent of a white screen, literally. That's the equivalent of what white screens do. That's how old it is. White screens don't pick up contrast, white screens don't pick up color, can't be used in a fully lit environment, got to calibrate your projector to use it. Same thing like a gray screen. Only difference, the gray screen just gives you a slight little bump in color and contrast, and that's it. That's all it does. You got an old screen sitting on your wall. No point you going out and buying spending money for expensive projector for what? You waste some money. Just go buy yourself a knockoff, because that's the only thing that's pretty much worth that screen. That's all. And these are done. You got the heat on them? I got the heat on them. Can't use that stuff enough. You can't even use it for projector on mapping. You can't use that stuff for projector mapping. It's too light. Can't pick up visual effects. I'm going to do a demonstration on that next. On visual effects, 3D mapping versus light gray screens. The only way you're going to be able to have that kind of capability is that you got our technology, that contrast shifting technology, and y'all don't have that. We're the only ones who have that technology. So, yep. All right, this guy's done. That's it. You don't have a technology, then, well, that's it. Simple and plain. If they claim to have the same thing we have, you'll be doing the exact same demonstration. As a matter of fact, there would be no fear of the product coming down. And I think that's another thing too, that why we lost a lot of trolls, which I don't really care at the end of the day, is because when you saw those cancellations, this is a product, you come into my open channel and you brag about this product and you're looking at 11 cancellations in my hand. That speaks a lot of volumes right there. That's bad. So you don't have any faith in the product. That if how are you gonna have faith in a product that somebody themselves who designed it doesn't have faith in it? There you go. And then to realize that I was making your product before you even knew who I was. That's even a bigger stinger right there. Some of the trolls really seriously believe that the only thing I developed was basically black screen paint. They really believe that. No, man, I was developing your stuff years and years, many, many years ago. That invisible technology we make, we had that technology 7 years ago. It's just advanced now. We developed it 7 years ago. So how can somebody come on YouTube and say, hey, look, this is just frost paint when we had it 7 years ago and we didn't even know Crow then. Didn't even know. Yeah, debunk that theory too. Because our screens can peel off and can take a direct hit from the sun, where I haven't seen that demonstration yet being done. No one backs our demonstrations. Nobody. Nobody. All right, so this is all done. This is the other one. I'm gonna get sidetracked here. That's what I said. The thing about the light gray screen paints, they do the exact same thing every day. Every day. Nothing changes about them. If you notice, our technology changes out. We can change the color of our screen. We can do anything we want with our technology. Our technology constantly changes. And with that, we can change the environment. We can change the size of the screen, the caliber projector, anything we want. Right? We can even throw it on the ceiling if we want. But with gray screen paints, they have a limit. They can only go but so far. They either come in gray, light gray, near white, or it's some kind of a dark gray, which doesn't pick a white levels all that well from our testing. So they only can do so much with them. And at the end of the day, they all react the same way. I think we did that too on multiple screen paints we did. All right, screen padded. You got to paint this thing in because I want to get this thing done. On the wall. So we're done with that. I gotta make some more boxes. I think we got enough boxes to cover those. Yeah, we did. We did the boxes for those. Okay. Then I got to come up and I got to set that. I got to do a tutorial demonstration on setting that screen up. So we're doing that next. Set up tutorial. Good. Set that up, and then I got to ship out paint to my few contracts we're working on. So let's get over here and get this done. That's why I know screen paint only has you can't do 18 certifies. You can't do the 18 certifies in the kitchen drawer. A light gray screen wouldn't be able to pass it. It wouldn't pass any contrast demonstrations. It wouldn't pass any color pattern demonstrations. You sure enough ain't taking that thing outside because it's not pulling anything up outside. Color's going to come up washed up. You think you had a hard time inside getting that thing to pull up? Outside's going to be even worse. 10 times more light out there. Yeah, you got to keep it in a certain environment. It has to be done in a dark environment. So if you notice, if you look at the Digital One Crystal Screen Paint demonstrations from 8-9 years ago, those demonstrations do not look like the demonstrations we have now. There is no way in the world I could ever develop screen paint like that and be able to go through the testing we put this stuff under. No, it would never pass. It wouldn't make it. If you look at the demonstrations, you would notice that I had one light in the room and very low lighting. But then again, keep in mind, that's 8-9 years ago. So around that time, that was considered to be something that was amazing because majority of most demonstrations that were done around that time were in completely pitch black environments. So for someone to have one light in a room, that was impressive back then. Now, come on, are you kidding me? With the technology we have now, why in the world do you have one light going off in your environment? That whole entire place is supposed to be lit. We have ambient light projection technology now. That's unheard of. That's why I start laughing when I look at these high and expensive screens that are in there with these little bits of light peppered out like it's 9 years ago. Yeah, come on. So if you're still doing demonstrations in environments like that, that shows your screen is not picking up and not doing a good job. All right, so let's get this thing painted. Because this was the first one we did. And I said that a few things have to change about it. So we got to change over there. Let's start on that. Yeah. Go back and look at my own Digital One Crystal Screen Paint demonstrations. You'll see how dark the environment was. We had 1 or 2 lights in there. That's basically about it. Because that paint it had its limits. But like I said, that particular time, that was considered to be an impressive demonstration. Now, no, not so impressive. So that's how I know that that paint can't be in anything higher because it's going to have some problems. Now, like I said, the two tricks I see when it comes to those light gray products is they will do colorful demonstrations and fully lit environments because color is going to fade less, but it's still faded, but it's going to fade less. And they will stay far away from contrast levels. They'll keep contrast levels in a dark environment. If they try to pull contrast demonstration in a fully lit environment, the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to fade. And keep in mind, you're not seeing black, you're seeing shades of gray. So what they should do is, when doing that demonstration, you're supposed to have a compare screen in there. As in you should have a black screen in there to compare those contrast levels to show where your contrast levels lay. All right, skippity-doo, skippity-da. Let's get this started. Usually when high-end screens do that, they do it on white screens because pretty much that's what they're going to be going against all day is a white screen. All right, so we'll put that right there. That should be good, right? That's good. Skippity-doo-dah, skippity-day. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. All right, so the paint we're using today is a screen paint that we're developing for churches. So this is a dedicated screen paint that we're working on that I've always wanted to develop dedicated screen paints for churches. Because like I said, in all the churches I've seen, they're the same thing. These white screens they have in there, and those screens have a really difficult time picking up color and contrast. And usually they have to go out and buy very expensive projectors just to get the screen to pick up. And if they want to go higher than a white screen, keep in mind, they're going to have to get a darker screen. It's going to cost them a lot of money at the end of the day. Big companies out there, we're talking about $5,000 just for a 100-inch screen. And if they want to go 120, 150, that's going to cost them a lot of money. This technology we're developing here will allow them to be able to have that advanced technology at a much cheaper price, where they're not going to spend a ton of money just to get their screens to pull up. All right, so let's begin. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Now, this is the first one we did. And that is the second. It should give me exactly what I need. Now, this technology we're using here, we're not using a pale or faded, we call it pale gray, usually pale gray paints. So we're using something completely different, something we engineered from the ground up. So we're not using those Home Depot products, so to say. None of our products are using Home Depot products. That pale, pasty paint, no, that stuff is no good. That's the stuff we used 9 years ago. This stuff is a little different. My, oh my, I'd like to see how much coverage we're going to get out of this. And actually, this is all I think we're going to need. A little bit more. Not much. I like to see how much coverage I can get from using a very little. Yeah. A little bit more, so. Done. I like it when I paint, bring it down and make that roller spin. I like doing that. Zippity Suda, my oh my, what a wonderful day. Go. Padding on the back of the screen, I always pad the bar. There we go. Bar pad it. Take out that bar real quick. Make sure it hung correctly. Yeah, okay, we're good. This one up. Much better. Alright, let's grab ourselves a projector. These should be downstairs on it, I'm sure. My oh my. See. Nope, we're trying this side. I tell people, 5,000 lumen projectors aren't expensive. They aren't. They're actually very cheap. I got a few people over the weekend, Panasonic 5K, no, sorry, not 5K, sorry about that. Panasonic 5,000 lumen projectors, and I got them for them at around $379. Yep, with lens shift capability and all the goodies that the venues have. These are Panasonics at that. And I got, I think, I hope 3 people are with them. I got them. And these are vendors I do business with. And as I said before, I trust them because I bring them down here, I do the unboxing, I test their stuff out live. If it works good, put them on the list. This is where I buy from. They become my favorites. And then I just pass it on to anybody else. If they're looking for a good projector, we can go and we can find you the screen you need. We can go and find you the projector, set you with the paint, and you're done. That's it. And you'll have a nice little setup like I have outside in the back. There you go. I would love to meet the salesperson who tries to sell somebody a white screen. I mean, really meet that person and have a little conversation with them by them saying that, yeah, no, but it has a 2.0 white gain, able to pick up colors better, better contrast, whatever. I would sit there and laugh for days. Like, yeah, really? Seriously? Really? Ah, okay. We're just going with that theory. That's not true. That doesn't work that way. All right. Gotta track down the remote control for this one. There we go. Yeah. Because I read it already, and in descriptions, when I go in and look at white screens to buy to paint over, I look at it in the description. They say, yeah, it has this amazing 2.0 gain for a brighter, more vivid picture. Colors are going to pop higher. Yeah, right. Sure. Sure. I got a chance of finding a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow 20 times in a row. That's not going to happen. Pick up Jack. I feel more sorry for the individuals who get the knockoff projector and the white screen at the same time, thinking that's physically going to work. Oh wow, they're in for a rude awakening on that one. Remote control's right here. They're in for a rude awakening. That screen's not going to pull up. Neither is that projector going to work. And if you got a 0.9 gain, you're still not going to pull up. Ooh, this looks gorgeous. Yes. Like this. Yeah, this already looks nice. Sorry about the bottom of my socks, people. I'm working today and I'm working in my socks. So it's going to be dirty. Ooh, man, that's gorgeous. Looking up close, that is gorgeous. Nice for the churches. Beautiful. That's all was needed. Well, that's done. All I gotta do now is drop that into a container. Oh, that looks nice. Went outside to walk around in front of the house real quick to see what it needs to be cut. And I was gonna grab my camera like I'm in the middle of a live video. That came out nice. Pretty nice. All right, that's the one ingredient that I needed to get it to pop. Perfect. And this is going to be fantastic. All right, I'm going to get out of here real quick because I don't want to run over my time here. I got so much to do today. So we got more testing doing that. That's done. That is the advanced ambient light projection. I should put dedicated. Screen paint that we're designing for churches. And here it is already in its container, ready to ship out on Saturday. Drivers come down to pick everything up, so it'll be good to go on there. And we're going to be adding to the website the invisible screen paint. Only going to be available in 1 gallon. Like I said, it's a multi-coat application. It's going to do a pretty good size screen, and then we're going to have a darker version of it, a black version of it. We may make it a free color option. I think I'll make it a free color option because I want to cut down as much clutter as possible on the website. We don't want a lot of stuff on there. And then on top of that, we're going to be launching pretty soon the inflatable screens. They're they're not out of stock. We have to do that for right now. We don't want anybody placing the orders for that because we have to put in a policy in there about you can't use it in the rain and stuff like that. We need more pictures on it. We need pictures of the compressor and all that stuff like that. And then I have to do a demonstration on how to set it up. And I want to do a short video to put in there so you can see how the screen is reacting. So we'll be doing that today. So it's a lot to do. And I got to repair my projector too. On top of that, I'm doing a demonstration on Facebook on showing you how to change out the lamps for the Christie LW505. So a lot going on. But other than that, the screen paint came out looking magnificent. It is gorgeous. I can't wait to do a short demonstration to show off to the church so they can see it in action. Oh man, that's going to look incredible. And the screen's still wet, by the way, but it's drying. That is beautiful. All right, with that being said, thank you for your time. I got to come in here. I got to do one video dedicated to this, the new screen paint right now for the churches. And then I'm probably going to be back on later on for some other demonstrations we're going to have to do, or we need to do. Let's see something really quick. No, that's not hot spotting. That's the actual sun moving back and forth on the phone. First time I saw it, I was like, wait a minute. Nope, and then I saw it come back and go back in. That's actual sun. Yeah, beautiful. Came out perfect. Came out perfect. Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And this will give the churches the advantage point. Because like I said, the companies that come in, like I said, I talk to somebody, and some of them do. I'm not saying all of them, but some of them do take advantage of some of these churches out here by giving them white screens. And then I don't know how you sell a white screen. I don't even know how you begin to sell one. You know, but, you know, someone doesn't know, they'll tell them they have this, that, and the other, and then they'll tell them that, yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with the screen, maybe you have to buy a more high-power projector, and then you don't really need a high-power projector. If you got the right screen, you don't really need a high-end projector. And some of the one I talked to basically did his research and found out that they wanted to get a screen that had that advanced ambient light projection technology and could do all that stuff. You got to spend some money. Like I said, those are the darker screens, not the lighter screens. I've been explaining that for the longest time. You have to go toward the darker screens, the heavier gunmetal screens. Those are screens that are going to cost you $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. When anyone's sitting there telling you that, oh, the light gray mix it, no, that's old paint. You have to advance to the darker screens in order to get what you want out of your projector. And anyone shopping for a projection screen would know this. You go out and you buy a white screen, it looks like crap. The first time you go back, you try to find something a little bit darker than that to pick up the levels a little bit better. You go with a gray screen, it's going to do the same thing as a white screen. It's going to do the same, almost similar reaction. It's just going to give it a little bit of a bump. That's basically about it. And if you're dealing with a product that somebody doesn't know what they're doing, when it comes to a darker screen, you're going to have a screen that can't see white levels. And we've displayed that already. What happens when you do that? over a screen, literally that's jet black. Have to know what you're doing. Just can't be throwing stuff together and saying voila, it works. No, it doesn't work that way. For every customer that contacts me about screen paint products, the first thing I hear is, got a white screen, I got a gray screen. It's not pulling the color up. I tried getting the darker screens, it went thousands and thousands of dollars for them. And that's the truth. And that came out looking real nice. Ooh, burning fireplace. Yeah, that is one angry. That is one angry. That is one angry freaking turtle. I like that burning fireplace display. I remember when I had a house, which is interesting, the last couple houses I lived in didn't have fireplaces, and I actually used that as a display. Now I have an actual working fireplace and literally can't, oh no. I think I might be to use my fireplace this year. But then again, now since I got the light set up in it, like, I don't have to worry about getting firewood and all that stuff. I have to go through it. Oh, this one looks real nice. That looks really cool. And that one looks really nice. I like this one right here. That's actually one of the best ones I've seen so far. Beautiful Flowers 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
Yes, nice. Now with the Christian Cinema, we made it. It's good. Actually, you can paint it and you can spray it on. Pretty sure you can go through a Wagner 250, but we'll have to test that on a 250. But you'll be able to spray it and you'll be able to roll it on. Spray also works sometimes if you're using larger applications, but the roll-on application is really, really good. It's really smooth. I like it. It has extremely good coverage. All right, well, that's basically about it for now. Let me get out of here real quick because I have to come back and do another demonstration on this again. Just dedicated for this to show the outcome of it, so I can have this video to be the display over to the fellow I'm going to be working with on this particular project with the churches and this dedicated screen paint. Like I said, we're going to start doing some dedicated projects, but like I said, I want to get everything to a point where we're not going to have like all these different screen paints on the site. The fact that now we have that the cinema, the gaming cinema, which is freaking amazing. That stuff has a contrast, it shifts in, it does. It actually does a pretty good job. It's an extremely good gamer paint. I like the fact that I can use it for also cinema too for watching movies. That's why I like to do the 235 at the top, showing stuff at the top, and then doing the PS at the bottom, showing it does both at the same time. But that technology alone basically replaces the dark slate easily, and it replaces the Gamer Phoenix. Now, as for the Phoenix screens, they are advanced because, like I said, we can add stuff to that. They have heightening, coding attached to them, have all kinds of stuff to them, where that screen paint doesn't. This is actually just as advanced as that spray-on application that we actually have for the acoustic screens, which I cannot wait to get on and play some Far Cry 6. on the acoustic screen. I don't know which one I'm playing on first. I should have bought two of them. I should have bought two. I should have bought a PC version because I got my PC running on the acoustic, and I should have bought the other version. But then I had two versions at the same time, back and forth. I figure it out. Yeah, because I'm gonna play them on both units. But okay, whatever. I'll figure that out. That's my own dilemma right there. I got to work on. But other than that, yeah, this stuff came out gorgeous. So like I said, we needed that one thing to add to it to get the pop. Worked out perfectly. Now we can attach the label to it, get it on the container, do a couple test demonstrations on it, and get it ready. And I can send all these videos over to the fellow at the church, which we're going to be working together on this project together on basically getting this incorporated to churches to give them a much better and more advanced screen without them paying tons of money. Because for what this stuff is going to cost for a 100-inch, and for what they would have to buy for a 100-inch, would cost them probably about $4 to $5 grand if they wanted to get a darker screen. And a darker screen, anywhere from the Elite Darkstar 9, that's a $3,000 screen. You're talking about daylight screens. There's another $5,000 projection screen. And then the Black Diamonds, another $5,000 projection screen just for a 100-inch. With this technology, it would be way below that. I mean, way below that, to give them that ability to be able to have that technology without it costing them a ton of money. Keep in mind, a DMP Supernova at 180 inches is $18,000. I think $17,000 to $18,000. Even at $16,000, that's a lot of money for a 180-inch screen. And then, like I said, you know, from some of the talks that I've had, they will advise you that you can't use the projector I'm using in my demonstration. You'll have to use a very expensive model projector just to get that screen to fire off. Where they can go to eBay and they can go buy this projector right here for $270 or $300, which is the most it'll probably cost them because it's an older projector. And then my product is going to cost them far less than that. So much money you save. That's it. All right, so that's basically about it. Gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.